Hi everyone, it is Alex with Holistic Movement Pilates. Today I have a reformer workout for you. It is going to be a full body workout using the magic circle and a box for props. So go ahead, grab a circle, grab a box. We won't use them until a little later so they can just go off to the sides. Foot bars are going to start all the way down, and then we are going to begin with arms and abs as usual for a warm up. I'm going to go one heavy, one light spring on my reformer. You can go lighter than that. You can go heavier than that. As always, it is up to you. Again, abs, arms to warm up, one heavy, one light for myself. And then we're going to go ahead and lie ourselves down. Now, when we get down onto our reformers, our arms and feet can just be wherever they feel comfortable to start. Headrest can be up or down, that's up to us. And then let's just start with a quick breathing exercise to get ourselves centered before we start moving. So we're going to take a deep inhale, and as I inhale, I'm going to feel my ribs expanding up to the ceiling, out to the sides room, and into the mat underneath me. So I want to think like a nice three-dimensional breath. And then on my exhale, I'm just going to let my ribs naturally draw back together. Again, I'm taking a deep inhale. I'm feeling my ribs, feeling my belly expanding, and then a nice three-dimensional breath. And then on my exhale, I'm letting my ribs just naturally draw back together. Let's do a few more deep breaths like that. In through the nose and out through the mouth. And then last one, deep inhale and deep exhale. Okay, let's reach behind us. We're going to grab our short loops into our hands. And then once we grab a hold of our short loops, arms are just going to go straight up to the ceiling. Hands are right over our shoulders. We are in a neutral spine, so I have that nice natural curvature of my low back. And then knees are just gonna go up into a tabletop position. I have my legs zipped together. Now, heads are going to stay down. We're gonna do single leg extensions for this whole series. On my exhale, as I press my arms down to the carriage, I'm going to extend my right leg out to a challenging level, and then I'm going to inhale to return back in. Then I'm going to press and extend my left leg out, and then I'm going to inhale, return. So we're going to continue with our single leg extensions. Again, we're doing them throughout our arm series today. It's an exhale to press and extend, and an inhale to return. Exhale out and inhale back. The lower you go with the legs, the more challenging. I'm drawing my abs in and up as I reach out and in. Let's do 4 more. Then 1 more right, 1 more left. And then when we do finish that one on the left, we're going to pause, keep the knees in our tabletop position, press our arms all the way down to the mat. We're going to hold our arms here. As I open my arms out to a T, I'm going to reach my right leg back out to a challenging level. As I press my palms to my hips, I'm going to pull back in. Then I'm going to open and extend the left leg, and then exhaling as I pull back in. Inhale out. And exhaling as I press, feeling my lats and biceps engage. On our exhales, think engaging your obliques to pull each leg back in. Inhale out, exhale as we pull back in. Let's do 4 more. So 2 more right, 2 more left. Then 1 more on the right, 1 more on the left. Then when we do finish this last one with the left leg coming in, pause, bend our elbows for our tricep press. When we press our palms down, we reach the right leg out. We bend the knee and the elbows. We press, extend the left leg, and then we inhale, return. Exhale out and inhale back. Press, extend, and return. Make sure that those bra lines stay heavy. Again, we're holding that neutral spine the entire time. Exhale away and inhale back. Again, we'll do 4 more. So 2 more with the right leg extending, 2 more with the left leg extending. Then 1 more right, 1 more left. Then when we finish that one on the left, we can relax our feet back down out in front of us. If we want to give ourselves a little stretch, we can do like a little pelvic clock. We can open and close the knees. We can stretch the legs, whatever feels best in our bodies. And then we are going to go into some arm circles. We're still doing single leg extensions. So I'm going to reach my arms back up to the ceiling, neutral spine. Knees go back up into my tabletop position. My legs are zipped together. Now, we're reaching the right leg out to a challenging level. It stays there. On my exhale, I'm going to press my arms down to the mat, circle my arms around and back up. My right leg stays long. So I pull straight down to my hips. I open my arms to circle them around and back up. Again, the right leg stays extended away from us the entire time. Exhale down, inhaling as we open to circle. Let's do one more circle in this direction. Then when we get to the hips, pause at our hips, pull the right leg in, extend the left leg out, pause, reverse, go up to our shoulders, out to a T. We exhale to press the hips up, out, and again exhaling as we press, keeping that left leg again long away from our bodies. Up, open, exhale as we press our palms back to our hips. 2 more. And then last one. Then once we come back up, we can bring our left leg back in, set our feet back down. And then as always, we can just give ourselves a nice stretch. And we're gonna move into our ab curls next. When we go into ab curls, we're staying with those single leg extensions. So I'm gonna extend my arms back up to the ceiling. Knees are going to go up into my tabletop position again. Legs are just zipped together. As I press my arms down, I'm going to curl extend my right leg out. And then I'm going to inhale, return back down with control. Press, curl extend the left leg. And then inhaling as I return. Press, curl, reach. And inhale back. Curling right to that bra line. Again, maintaining our neutral spine the entire time. So we're never collapsing into our low backs as we come up. Press, curl, reach. Inhale, return. I'm going to do 3 more. And then 1 more right, 1 more left. When we finish this next one on the left, let's pause at the bottom, keep our knees in our tabletop position, and then we're gonna do 1 curl and we're gonna stay up there. So I'm gonna press, curl myself up, pause. We're gonna inhale, reach the right leg back out to a challenging level. Exhale to pull it back in. Left leg extends, and exhale again to pull back in. Inhale out, exhale in. Think engaging those obliques on our exhales. Reach and pull. Keep your arms and wrists long. If the necks are an issue, heads can always go down. I'm going to do 1 more with my left leg. Then when we come in, we're going to pause and we're going to do quick switches. Right, left, right, left. Try to hold your curls for 4, 3, 2, 1. Both legs in, arms up, heads down. Relax our feet, and then we are going to hang our straps back up onto the pegs. Now, when we hang our straps up, we can just sit off to the sides of our reformers. I'm gonna put my foot bar up to the starting position, and then I'm gonna add on just 2 heavy springs with my existing heavy and light for footwork. No single legs today, so up to you if you want to go lighter, heavier. Usually I would say 3 heavy springs for sure. And then if you want to make it heavier for your legs, you can add on a light or a medium with those 3 heavies. And then I'm going to grab my circle. So again, I have 3 heavies and a light. Lie down, can go heavier or lighter if you would like. Grabbing our magic circles, we're going to take our heels onto the foot bar. They're just going to be parallel with each other, sits bone distance away. And then the circle is just going to hover over our chest. Elbows are going to be open out nice and wide to the sides of the room. Again, headrest can be up or down. That's up to you. We're going to exhale to push our carriages out today. And as I push away, I'm squeezing the circle. It stays hovering over my chest. I bend my knees, release the squeeze as we come in. So we exhale to push out and we squeeze. We inhale, we bend to come in. Exhale away. and inhale back. Sacrum heavy, pelvis still. Everything is engaged as we push out, and then we're just resisting our springs to come back in. Again, exhale, push, inhale, resist. Drawing the abs in and up. So legs, core, arms, all working on the way out. Resist, the springs come back in. Let's go for 2. And then last one. Now we're coming halfway in, we're pausing halfway. Little pulses of our carriage, little squeezes of our circle for 8. 3, 2, and 1. We go all the way out and then all the way back in. Okay, then we are going arches of our feet onto the foot bar. They're staying that same distance away. Again, circle hovers over the chest. Elbows are open out nice and wide. As we exhale to press out, I'm going to squeeze the circle, reach my arms up to the ceiling. I'm keeping a little bend to my elbows. And then as we bend to come back in, the circle goes back over our chest. We exhale to push away, and then we inhale again to come back in. Exhale, press, and then inhale as we resist. Those springs come back in. Every time we reach our arms up, we're keeping our shoulders relaxed down into our mat, so we're not going into any protraction of our shoulders. Exhale and inhale. We'll do 3 more. Think scoop into those abs on your exhale. Now again, on our last one, we're gonna go halfway in, hold halfway with the circle, pulse and squeeze, arms and legs. 3, 2, and 1. All the way out, and then all the way back in. Okay, we are going toes, balls of our feet onto the foot bar. All 10 toes should be on. I'm gonna do a little lift of my heels. Arms are gonna reach up to the ceiling. Again, slight little bend to those elbows. Keep that little lift of the heels. As we exhale to push out, we just squeeze a circle. The arms stay long. We inhale, we bend and release. Exhale, push and squeeze, bend and release. Again, keep that little lift of the heels. Evenly weighted throughout all 10 toes. Push and resist. Exhale, inhale. We should feel our biceps, our lats, our pectoral muscles, deltoids working on the squeeze of the circle, and release. Again, abs are drawing in as we push out on each exhale. Nice active core. I'm gonna do 3. All right, last one, halfway in. Arms stay up, heels stay lifted, little pulses and little squeezes. 2 and 1, push out, and then all the way back in. Okay, we're gonna take our heels back onto the foot bar. We'll slide them out to the sides. Circles are gonna go in between our knees. If we need to bring our feet a little closer towards each other to keep the circles there, we can. We should be in a external rotation, so toes, knees are pointing out to the sides of the room. Arms are going at our sides. We're still exhaling as we push away. We should feel our inner thighs this time. And then we inhale to resist to come back in. Exhale, push. Again, inhale, resist. Out and in. Adjust your feet, adjust your circles as needed. Again, we want those inner thighs firing here. All right, I'm gonna go for 4. And then last one. Then we're going halfway in, pausing, and we're keeping our carriages still this time, and we're just squeezing and releasing, squeezing and releasing. So again, our carriage stays still at that halfway point. We hold our neutral spine, we just squeeze and release, getting back into those adductors. 4, 3, 2, 1. Push all the way out. Come all the way back in. Okay, we'll take our circles out. We'll set them to the sides of our reformers. We will need them a little later. Our toes, balls of our feet, go right back to the center of the foot bar, parallel with each other. I'm gonna push my carriage all the way out, and then we're gonna go into a run. I'm gonna bend one knee, lower the opposite heel, and then we are going to switch, switch, and switch. Nice high heels as we run through our feet. The pace is up to you. You can make this slower, faster. Again, pace is up to you for your runs. All right, let's keep one heel lowered, one knee bent. Stretch out the back of one leg. And then we're gonna switch. All right, let's lift our heels up, bend our knees, bring our carriages all the way back in, and then we're gonna sit off to the sides of our reformers. Now, we're gonna go to one heavy spring. Everything else can come off. I'm gonna put my foot bar all the way down, and then we'll go ahead, grab our long boxes, and then once we get our long boxes on our reformer, they're gonna go just right in front of our shoulder blocks. They don't need to go over our shoulder blocks. Grab your circles. We're gonna lie on our boxes facing these straps. Now, the circle is kind of challenging to get in between your ankles for this next exercise. So if you're struggling, especially if you're by yourself at home, if you're struggling to put the circle there, it is easier to put a ball in between your ankles. So if you wanna grab a ball and put it in between your ankles, if you struggle with the circle, grab a ball and it'll do the same thing. If you can't do a ball or a circle, you'll just do the movement without the props. So I'm gonna reach behind me, put the circle right in between, not around, in between your ankles. Again, not around your ankles, in between. Then once you get the circles there, legs are gonna go long. Again, if you can't get the circle, put a ball. It's much easier to get the ball there than it is the circle. We're gonna lie down on our bra lines. We're gonna take our straps off the pegs, and then I'm just gonna grab the knotted part of my ropes. Once I grab a hold of the knotted part, we're gonna take our hands just out to the sides of our carriages. Now we're starting with pulling straps 1. Legs are just relaxed to begin, arms are relaxed, chest, head are relaxed. Starting with an inhale, I'm gonna start to reach my palms to my hips. My hands are just tracing the frame of the reformer. I'm gonna lift my chest slightly up. I'm gonna squeeze the circle and I'm lengthening through the crown of my head. My eyes are looking to the floor, and then I'm gonna return myself back down with control. So again, hands trace the frame of the carriage. We lift our chest, we lift our legs slightly up, we squeeze the circle. Again, eyes should be looking down to the floor, not in front of you. And then we're gonna return ourselves back down with control. So let's go ahead. We can exhale, pull back, lift and squeeze. And then we can inhale to return back down. Again, exhale, lift, pull back, squeeze. And then inhale, return. Imagine that somebody's pulling you apart as we come up. Again, squeeze those circles or those balls, and then returning ourselves back down. We're gonna do 4 more. Nice big squeeze of that circle so we can get into those inner thighs. And then I'm gonna do 2 more. Exhale, lift, pull back, squeeze. Inhale, return, and then last one. And return. Okay, now once we come back down, we're gonna pause. We're gonna keep holding onto the knotted part of our ropes. We are starting, or we're going into now tricep extensions. So palms are gonna stay rotated towards the box, towards the frame of the reformer. Elbows are gonna be pinned into your sides. And then I'm gonna lift my chest, my legs slightly up, lengthen through the crown of my head. Again, eyes are gonna look to the floor. Now, every time we press back into a tricep extension, we squeeze a circle. Every time we bend the elbows, we release. Press and squeeze. and then bend the elbows and release. We're keeping the little lift of our chest the entire time. We're keeping that little lift of the legs the entire time. And I'm hollowing out my belly, so I'm drawing my abs in to my back. Exhale, press and squeeze. Inhale, bend and release. Scoop into those low abs. Lengthen through the crown of your head. Let's do 4. And then last one. Okay, we're gonna relax back down. I'm gonna hang my straps back up onto the pegs. Don't get rid of your circles, and we are going to stay lying down on your boxes. Forearms are gonna go into your headrest. If you're shorter and it feels more comfortable for your forearms or your elbows to go onto your shoulder blocks, you can go elbows onto your shoulder blocks. Otherwise, you can take your forearms onto your headrest. We're going to squeeze our glutes and our hamstrings, and we're gonna lift our legs slightly up off the box. Now, keep that nice little hover. I'm gonna inhale, bend my knee, or I'm gonna exhale, bend my knees, squeeze the circle, and I'm gonna inhale, extend my legs, and I'm going to try to keep the hover of my thighs. So exhale, bend the knees and squeeze the circle. Inhale, extend the legs. Exhale, bend and squeeze. Inhale, again, as we extend, bend and squeeze, extend. Keep that hover of your thighs as high as you can off the box. So those glutes, hamstrings are really working to keep that hover. Bend, squeeze, release. Let's do 4. 2 more. And then last one, bend, squeeze, release, relax your pelvis. And then we're gonna take our circles out and we're just gonna step off to the sides. Now, we still have our circles. We're gonna flip to our short box as always. I'd say if you're anywhere from like 5'8" or taller, I would go over your shoulder blocks with your box, just like me. If you're shorter than 5'8", I would go in front of your shoulder blocks. We're gonna add on just 2 of our heavy springs with that existing heavy. Technically, springs don't matter, it's just so our carriages don't move around. And then we'll sit on our boxes and we're gonna face the foot bars. I'm gonna take the strap right underneath my feet, making sure that I have at least a palm's width away from me in the back of my box. I can have more than a width, just no less than that so that my sacrum can roll back. And then again, I'm keeping my circle in my hands. I'm gonna reach my arms out away from me, and then we're just sitting up nice and tall, stacked spine, evenly weighted throughout the right and the left sits bones. Round spine to begin. We're gonna tuck our pelvis. Think send your tailbone to the wall in front of you, and we're gonna scoop into our abs, really round through our spine to roll down into our sacrum. So I want the lowest part of your spine to touch the box. Your eyes should be looking straight through the circle. We're gonna inhale here, and then we're gonna exhale, keep that rounded shape throughout my spine, roll all the way up, and then I'm gonna stack back up once I get to my hips. So again, exhale, tuck, roll back, send your tailbone to the wall in front of you. Eyes should just be grazing right through that circle. Take an inhale when we get the low back down. Exhale, rounding all the way up. We stack the spine at our top. Exhale again, tuck, roll back. Pause for that inhale. Exhale, scoop into those abdominals. Sit all the way back up nice and tall. Let's do 3 more. And 2. And then this will be the last one. Exhale, tuck, roll back. Take that inhale, and then exhale, scoop, round to come back up. And then we can just relax the arms. If you want to give your shoulders, necks a roll, you can give your shoulders, necks a little bit of a roll. Now, we are going to add in a little movement of the arms in the circle. We're doing the exact same thing, but our arms will move. Arms are going to reach out nice and long. We're going to exhale, tuck our pelvises, roll our ourselves back down to our sacrums. When we get here on our inhale, we reach the arms up towards the ceiling. When we exhale to bring the arms down, we go all the way back up. We stack our spines nice and tall. So again, we exhale to tuck, roll back. The only thing we're adding is when we inhale, the arms go overhead. And then when they come down on that exhale, we're sitting all the way back up. Exhale, tuck, roll back. Inhale, lift those arms. Exhale as we lower, we're sitting all the way back up. Tuck, roll back. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Sitting back up nice and tall for 3 more. And 2. Now in this last one, we're gonna hold ourselves back. Stay here, we're gonna lift the arms up on an inhale. Exhale, lower, stay back. Inhale, lift the arms, and exhale, lower. Keep those shoulders down as we go up, and exhale down. We're keeping the tuck of the pelvis, the low back is flat. We're gonna go for 3 more. Inhale up, exhale down for 2, 1, and then all the way back up. Ooh, okay. Once we come up, we're gonna pause. We're gonna do a quick oblique exercise on each side, and then we're just gonna give ourselves a little stretch after obliques. So my left foot is gonna stay in the strap. My right knee is gonna come into a tabletop position. And then when I get my knee into a tabletop position, I should automatically tuck and just roll slightly back, almost like I'm in my J curve position or like a teaser position. Soft part of the circle is going to go onto your right knee. Left elbow goes onto the other soft part. Hands are gonna go behind your head. We're gonna lean back even further, and we're gonna pulse into our circle 8 times. So 8, 7, right knee doesn't move. Just pulse up and up. 3, 2, 1, come all the way up. And we'll just do the same thing on the left. So again, 8 pulses. Left leg out, circle goes on the knee. Right elbow goes to the circle 2, hands behind the head. Tuck, roll back, ready, pulse for 8. Don't let your left knee move. 5, 2, 1, up. Ooh. Okay, keep your left foot out. Right foot stays in the strap. We're gonna put our left foot onto the circle, and then we're just gonna give ourselves a little stretch. Now the stretch is up to you, so if you wanna hold here to stretch out, you can. If you want to take your leg out to the side, you can. You can take it across the body. If you want to lean back into like a little tree, you can lean back. Just trust yourself. Your strap will hold. The circle will hold. Again, it's up to you what you're holding for a stretch. All right, wherever we're at, we're going to switch legs. So left foot in the strap, right foot on the circle. Again, the stretch is up to you. I'm gonna go back again. Okay, we're gonna go ahead, come all the way back up. And then once we come up, we're gonna step off to the sides. Our circles can go off to the sides for now. We will use them a little later. We're going on to 1 medium spring. Everything else is gonna come off, and then we're just gonna go into some squats. Foot bars go back up to the starting position. We're gonna, if your boxes are over the shoulder blocks, go ahead and put them in front of your shoulder blocks. And then we'll stand on your reformer facing your foot bars. Hands are gonna go onto our foot bar. And then I'm going to go ahead, lift my heels up high up onto the box. So my toes are on the carriage, but my heels are on the box. Thumb should be with our fingers. And then we're just gonna do 1 plank to start out. So we're gonna slowly press the carriage out with our legs. We're gonna hold ourselves there. Legs are long, abs are in, butts are down. And then I'm gonna tuck my pelvis, hike my hips to come back in. Now when I come back in, my carriage clicks all the way home. I'm gonna bend my knees, sink into a squat. If you feel comfortable, take your hands on the foot bar, lift your chest slightly up, find a neutral spine, hold here, scoop into your abs, hold for 3, 2, 1, take your hands onto the foot bar, extend the legs long. All right, ready? Bend the knees, sink into a squat. If you feel comfortable, lift your chest. Abs are in. Hold, hold, hold. 3, 2, 1. Hands back on the foot bar. Extend those legs. Hold those legs long. Okay, ready? Again, bend the knees. Sink into that squat. The deeper you go, the more challenging it's going to be. So if you can try to hover your butt over the box, try to hover your butt. Hold your neutral spine. 3, 2, 1. Hands on the foot bar. Extend the legs. Let's do that 2 more times. Ready? Bend the knees, lift the chest. Sink into that squat. Neutral spine. Abs are in. 2, 1. Hands on. Extend the legs. Okay, ready? Last one. Bend those knees. Lift that chest. Hold here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Sit your booties on the boxes. Okay, we're gonna keep our hands on the foot bar. We're gonna kneel on our box this time. When we get our knees onto the box, I'm gonna have mine at least an inch away from the edge so that I have support in my knees when I go into this. They're gonna be about that fist distance away from each other with the knees. And then we're gonna shift forward so that our chest is right over the foot bar. We're gonna push our carriage out with our knees. Hold here, abs are in, we're still in a neutral spine. 8 wide push-ups. We bend wide and we exhale, press. They can be big or small, just give me 8 wide push-ups. Inhale, bend, exhale, press. Again, range of motion is up to you. I have 3. Last one. Okay, I'm gonna bring the carriage all the way back in, open my knees wide, drop my butt back, and I'm gonna just drop my chest down in between my arms. Now, if you would like to lift your butt up and drop your chest here to stretch out your chest a little more, you can keep your booty lifted. Otherwise, if it feels better to have your butt down, you can have your butt down. Up to you where your booty's at. I'm gonna keep mine up and chest down. Okay, bring the carriage all the way back in. We're gonna step off to the side, and then our box is gonna go off to the side. Now, once we get our box off, we'll go on to 2 heavy springs for feet and straps. Reminder, if you have a second row where you hook your springs, you can hook to the first row, which is lighter, or you can hook to the second row, which is heavier. I'm hooking to the second row. If you only have 1 row and you want to make it heavier, you can go 2 heavies and a light spring. Again, I'm going 2 heavies on the second row. Grab your circles. We're gonna lie ourselves down. Circles are just gonna go off to the sides. Make sure you can grab them easily. And then we're gonna take our long loops onto our feet. Okay, so once we get our straps on our feet, we're gonna grab hold of our circles. They're gonna go around our ankles. So on the outside of our ankles, they should go over your straps. Soft part on your ankles. Legs are going up just as high as we can hold our neutral spines. And then we're gonna pull our circles apart 1 time with our legs, and we're gonna hold this pull. Now in an exhale, we're gonna lower our legs down towards our springs. Keeping the pull, we're gonna hinge at the hips, come back up. Take a look at your feet, make sure that they stay parallel the entire time. No external rotation, no internal rotation of the legs. Again, we just exhale to pull straight down, drawing the abs in. We inhale to hinge to come back up. Exhale, lower, and inhale, hinge back up. Keeping that pull of the circle the entire time. All right, last one. When we pull down, we'll hold that little pull apart. We're gonna inhale, bend our knees now in for some squats. And then we're gonna exhale, press out, keep the pull of the circle. Inhale, bend, exhale, press. The strap should just go like right on your shins, right on your knees. Bend and stretch. Hold that neutral spine. Keep that pull, keep those feet parallel. Inhale, bend, and exhale as we push those legs back out, feeling those abductors. Okay, we're gonna go for 3. And then last one. Okay, now when I bend my knees back in, I'm gonna take my circle out. It's going in between my ankles next. Legs are going to go up again just as high as I can hold my neutral spine. Feet are gonna be parallel, so no external rotation, no internal rotation. Try to keep your feet parallel. We're gonna squeeze the circle one time. We hold that squeeze. We exhale to lower our legs down. And then again, we inhale to hinge, come back up. We keep that squeeze the entire time. Exhale to pull and inhale, hinge. Sacrum heavy, pelvis still. We want those adductors again firing. Okay, 2 more. And then last one. Now, once we come up, pause. We're gonna externally rotate. Feel free to adjust the circles if you need to. So toes need to point out to the sides of the room. Legs go down to, I'd say, probably a 45-degree angle, maybe a tiny bit lower. Without losing our magic circle, we're gonna inhale, bend the knees in for our frogs this time. And then we're gonna exhale, push out. And when we push out, we squeeze the circle. So we can bend the knees to come in. And then we press out and we squeeze. Adjust the circles as needed. Inhale, bend. Exhale, press and squeeze. Again, feel those inner thighs working. We're staying in that neutral spine the entire time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, push out and squeeze. Okay, we're gonna go for 2 more. And then last one. Ooh, okay, take the circles out, set them to the sides. We're gonna go legs up just as high as we can hold our neutral spine again. Feet are parallel, legs are zipped together. We're gonna finish off with some circles. So we're gonna lower the legs down towards our springs. We'll open them wide out to the sides. Ooh, to circle around and back up, down, and then circling around and back up. Now today, if you wanna come out of your neutral spine for your circles and you wanna go into like a little flat back position, you can come out of your neutral spines. I won't be picky. If you want your butts to lift slightly up, that's fine. So if you wanna get more of a stretch in your low back and your hamstrings, you do not have to hold your neutral spine for these circles today. Last one. And then when I come back up, pause, reverse, we're gonna open our legs wide, press them down and around, zip them together, and then we're hinging at the hips to come back up. We should feel those inner thighs. Again, today, don't worry about your neutral spine. So I am personally letting my low back go flat today. And I'm gonna do 3. And then last one. All right, now once we come up, we're gonna pause, take the straps off of our feet, we'll hang them back up onto the pegs. We'll sit off to the sides of our reformers, and then we're just gonna finish off with a little stretch. So I'm sitting to the left side of my reformer. I'm gonna keep one of my red springs on. I'm taking the other one off. I'm gonna go right foot back to the shoulder block that's closest to me, left foot on the floor, right knee can be down onto the carriage. We're gonna push the right leg out, push the left leg out, and then we're just holding this lunge wherever you feel comfortable. So if you wanna hold on to the frame of your reformer, you can. If you wanna drop down onto your forms, you can. Reminder, you can move through the stretch by bending and extending the left leg. It is up to you to stretch. Front of the right leg, back of the left. Okay, then our carriages are gonna come in. We're gonna rotate towards our reformer. We're gonna push out for another split. And then again, hold wherever you feel comfortable. Just give those inner thighs a nice stretch here. Okay, carriages can come back in, and then we'll do the same thing on the other side. Again, I'm just gonna walk around, feel free to hop around, however you can get there. Left foot back, right foot on the floor. We're gonna press back with the left first, press back with the right. Again, we can hold whatever feels best in our bodies. All right, then let's bring that carriage back in, rotate towards our reformers, and then last stretch, push out, give those inner thighs a stretch, hold wherever you feel comfortable. And then we can carefully bring our carriages back in. Once we come back in, you can step off to the sides. You are all finished with that workout. As always, I hope you enjoyed it today. Thank you so much for joining me.